Good. There's another stick of dynamite, just in case the first one isn't enough. I don't know whether the dynamite is still gonna work. Well, it's not blown me into 1,000 pieces yet, so I guess that's something. Oh crap. I know I'm gonna regret this. Oh my god. Angelina's pursuer, Reginald Boris. He's been stabbed to death. Perhaps I'll find some clues to what happened to Angelina.
Don't let it happen. You have to stop the evil.
God damn it! This can't be for real. This can't be for real. What the hell is that in his breast pocket? Oh, gee, looting a corpse. Just what I needed. But if it helps Angelina... Okay, I've just gotta do it. Sounds like a poem. But this is just half of it. The paper's torn. Days be done, Gordon's son, hanging long and grow, the light end in sight. I've no idea what that means, but I'll take the paper. Boris's note is ripped down the middle. I can only read a half of the text. It reads to me like part of a poem. Days be done, Gordon's son, hanging long and grow, the light end in sight. And there's something else. Insulation tape. Oh, that's it. Luckily, there's nothing else here. A roll of insulating tape. Self-adhesive. A hose. Quite thick. The kind that firefighters use. I guess it's been lying around here for years. It probably won't last much longer. A water hose, maybe 10 yards long. That's one of the 3 levers. That's one of the 3 levers. The cylinder of compressed air would have been refilled using this compressor. It's seen better days, but it's not fit for the junkyard just yet. The cylinder of compressed air would have been refilled using this compressor. The people who were living in this bunker seem to have left half of the things behind. There are bottles, boards, crates, pipe fittings, cardboard boxes, all kinds of things. Boards, a broken lamp, and an old-fashioned detonating device. It's for detonating explosives, like the ones they used to use in quarries and mines. You turn the crank handle to build up an electric charge. When you press the button, it fires an igniter cap at the end of the wire. The door is bolted from outside. It's a huge armored door. I can't break something like this open. I'll have to look for another way. Huh. A pressure hatch like the ones you see in submarine movies. Looks old, but isn't rusty yet. Let's see. There's not much to see. Oh, it smells like stagnant water and rust. This could be some kind of water storage or tank or something. There are rungs on the wall. Let's hope they're sound, like the hatch. A concrete girder. It's almost directly above the hatch. Hopefully the floor up there doesn't cave in when I walk on it, but I think it'll support me even without the girder. These pieces broke off the concrete girder. The wall here seems to have been repaired, for whatever reason. What a disgusting brew. A hatch. It leads back downwards, but that could be my way to freedom. It's not moving. The hatch is very rusty, probably because of the water down here. You know, sometimes the only thing that helps is brute force. Okay, very carefully. As soon as electricity flows through the wire, the igniter caps fire, exploding the stick of dynamite. Hopefully that's enough to blast the hatch open. I'll have to position the stick of dynamite and attach the fuse cable first. Alright, I'll wrap the ends of the two wires around the contacts. The wire's connected to the stick of dynamite in the detonator. Everything's ready for the explosion. always wanted to do this. Damn! There's hardly a scratch on it. It's ripped the handle clean off, but most of the energy from the explosion has just dissipated. There's a pair of gloves and a wrench. There's a pair of gloves and a wrench. I'll take them both with me. These gloves have seen better days. They look a bit well used. Got a few holes in them. The wrench was lying under the gloves. You can't read the size on the grip. It's too rusted. Hopefully the second stick is as sound as the first one. Another fuse cable. I hope that works. Okay. Very carefully. The dynamite should blast the concrete girder from the ceiling once and for all. I'll wrap the end of the two wires around the contacts again. Then let's try again. This time it has to work. I can't move it, it's too heavy. Sure enough, it's penetrated the hatch. There's some kind of pipe down there. It leads downwards. It would be big enough for me, but I can't see where it leads. And I can't squeeze past the piece of concrete. There are metal loops on the rubber dinghy. I'll hook the chain onto it. I've hooked the chain through one of the metal loops on the boat. The boat is attached to the chain, which is wrapped around the piece of concrete. That might work. And up it goes. The boat has lifted the girder a little bit. Now there's enough space for me to get past it. As long as the beam stays up there, then I'm happy. Damn. Up there's the way out. But there's no ladder here. I'm guessing that the room up there is the one behind the steel door, but I can't get at the grate. The concrete beam has broken off a piece of the wall here, and a few wires are sticking out. I think they're live. I'll wrap the gloves with insulating tape. I've stuck the insulating tape around the gloves. That ought to stop me getting a shock when I fiddle around with the power cable. It'd be best to bend the electric wires out of the pipe and into the tank room. Oh, get out of here. All right, that's that. The metal door closed behind me when the guy pulled one of these levers. Let's see. Aha! I don't see any reason to close the door. I'll leave it open so there's a way for me to get back. There's the room with the tanks and the pipe which I came in through. Some kind of oversized tap. There's a connector for a hose on it. A fire hose with metal connectors at both ends. Not exactly light. The metal connectors at both ends are heavy enough on their own. I've joined the two short hoses into a long one. I've connected the two hoses together, but too much pressure and you can bet they won't hold out. The section of the hose from out of the water doesn't look too good anymore. I'm gonna have to do up the clips by hand. connector fits. The hose is connected to the water outlet. First, I should put the end of the hose where the water's gonna help me. It is just long enough. All right then, let's flood the pipe. That should be enough. Those are nuts. They're keeping the grate in place. It's working. Keep going, keep going. Just one more. Oh, that's it. Just in time. I almost drowned just now, and I want that to stay as an almost. An old wagon, like what used to be used in mines. It appears to have been built to transport heavy loads. It looks very solid and heavy. Huh. One of the wheels is missing. Perhaps that's why it was out of service. I can't move the wagon as long as it's missing a wheel. pile of stones. Most of the stones must weigh at least 60 or 80 pounds. They look really heavy. This room looks less like a bunker than the other one. More a combination of a bunker and a mine. Perhaps the builder of this bunker used a remote part of an old mine? The rock face gives extra protection, and less earth would have to be moved. There's a crevice, a crack in the stone, about half a yard high. I can't really make out much, but the crevice seems to go up diagonally. The crevice has been covered by a grate. That might suggest that it leads outside, but the bars of the grate are very thick and secured in concrete. It's gonna take a lot of force to bend it or rip it from the stone. Brilliant. I almost kill myself getting through the first door, and the next one's waiting a few feet on. And you wouldn't expect anything else. It ain't doing the slightest thing. Iron chain, quite solid and around 5 yards long. The chain's a little rusty, but it still ought to hold a few tons. The bunker room's on the other side. Maybe the door can be opened from this side? I bet it opens the door to the main room. The crate looks pretty rickety. Won't be long before it falls apart. Can't see nothing of interest. The compressor's flywheel is about the size of the wagon's wheels, and it's fastened with 4 nuts. The flywheel from the old compressor. Heavy, solid, and something like the same size as the wheels on the wagon. It would really be a coincidence if that fits, but I guess I need some luck sometimes too. Really fit. It's a little smaller than the other wheels, but it's just as solid. Let's see. It works. Damn it, that's it. The planks aren't quite as robust as I thought. They look really heavy. I'm not completely sure what moving the wagon has achieved. Perhaps nothing at all?